Can you get political traction within the Conservative Party, within the Palace of Westminster, for this issue?
Well, I think the government's kind of already highlighted. They've introduced these 55 education improvement areas where they've said that education is simply not good enough, and they're spread out across the country. What I'm calling for is the government to allow a free school which has selective by academic ability to be set up in those areas where they openly admit that students are being left behind and students aren't achieving their full potential. And let's show them in those areas of deprivation that these grammar schools can and will make a massive difference. And if it works, and I believe it will, then we can reopen the debate about spreading them equally across the country once again. Because at the moment, it doesn't seem right to me that if you can have a faith school and that will select based on your faith, you actually have selection by academic ability within mainstream schools. Kids get put in classes based on their SAT results or baseline assessments at the start of the academic year. You know,
what, in terms of streaming? Yeah, okay, fine. I get that in terms of streaming. Yeah.
So we have streaming already taking place in
One of
schools.
the big arguments that I faced when I was out there making very similar points to you was that, it doesn't work. Because if you look at the kids that go to the 163 grammar schools that still exist, you'll find they actually come from some of the highest earning households. How do you confront that?
Well, they're right. We have a postcode lottery right now. If you're born, as I say, if you're born in the southeast in Kent, you're much more likely to be able to attend a grammar school because over 50% of them are based in that area. What I'm saying about doing is let's go to these education improvement areas that will be where they have multiple levels of deprivation. Stoke-on-Trent North, where I represent, is one of those areas. So therefore, you would be serving those people directly. You can use the council tax list and maybe block off instantly to stop people from moving into the area, so you can make sure you're serving those people who already live here. Therefore, you know that they're going to be feeding into that school system. You can look at multiple entry points, so not just 11 plus, 13 plus, 16 plus as well. So we know boys traditionally develop later than girls, so that gives them more opportunities. There are creative ways about doing this. And I just think I think that whilst some in Westminster, you are right, Nigel, want to call this an age-old argument, I don't think it's fair, as I keep saying, and then as I know you know, that a kid in Teesside does not have the opportunity to kid in Stratford-on-Avon.